was far more than 10 tons. So that's kind of the few ideas or just questions that I want to put out. Thank you.
Thanks, Adri, for the question. Colleagues, in response to those questions, I'd like my colleagues to come in here, and I think when I still in the meeting, he will also assist. There were questions, colleagues from Rodam, Floris, as well as Adri. And basically, I think there was also a concern that we should take note of free riders, especially when it comes to importers, those who normally wouldn't pay the EPR fees, then and the impact of those on those who are compliant. So that's the question, basically a concern from Rodam. I think the same was also shared by Floris, and he further indicated that maybe, I'm not sure, Mr. Mkwena, if you want to also take that one, the issue of telecom being not necessarily being an importer, but mostly a retailer or reseller. Then now, in terms now of registration, then now, because the question I think would be, since for example, the example he cited there of Cisco is the producer or rather the importer. Then now, if Cisco registers with the department, is Telkom also required to do the same? I think that's basically the question. Then again, the question by Adri on at what point should the EPR fee be levied? And again, she also indicated that it would be just a recommendation from her side that it could be better if the payment is almost towards the end of the value chain. I'm not sure, Mr. Mkwena and colleagues and other colleagues as well, if you would assist with some responses to those questions. Maybe over to you, Mr. Mkwena, if you're ready.
Maybe I can start on a few comments, and thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the comments received. We'll note some of these for us to look at them as we continue implementing the system as part of the points to consider in improving the scheme. On Adri's question on which area it's best suited to charge the fee, is one of those that will require the value chain to look at, largely taking account and being guided by the issue of the producer responsibility in either setting up or allowing the PRO to set up and hence collect on their behalf. So hence it becomes more closer to upstream as opposed to downstream the value chain, because the point of entry is more upstream. I think another area one would want to correct is that one of charging or claiming back from the PROs. It's something I would encourage us, ladies and gentlemen, to look at quite carefully and see the reasons as well as justification for those recovery or request for recovery of the fees. Because if, for instance, in line with Adri's intervention, we have clearly indicated the point for collection, it sort of takes away the reasons for other charges or claiming back that can be done later on, or offsetting that might need to be done later on. It's a bit of an area we might want to have more discussion on, to see how practically does it affect each scheme and then maybe we can get guidance from yourselves in terms of how best we can approach it based on your practical examples, because it might not be a blanket approach, the offsetting, but you might find that in some instances it doesn't apply. Let me pause there for now, Mr. Sibande. There might be other interventions from other colleagues as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Mkwena, for the responses. Colleagues, I just want to find out if there's any colleague from DFFE that wants to come in. I'm not sure if, Sharon, do you have maybe any contribution to make to those questions that have been posed? Oh, okay, no, thanks. Mr. Saswana, let me check with you if you have any responses that you can provide.
No, nothing from me. I think following the discussion. Thanks.
Okay, no, thanks. Thanks, Funi. Okay. No, thanks, colleagues, and maybe just to add to the question on free riders. I think, Rodam, the question that you raised, the concern that you raised is well noted, and Mr. Mkwena in his response earlier on, he made mention of another unit within the department that looks into non-compliance with the regulations, and then he also mentioned the fact that we'll be strengthening compliance with these regulations. And again, he also highlighted the engagements that are currently underway between our department and DTIC to look into this issue of imports. So there's currently ongoing discussion. Your concern is noted, sir, on that one.
Thank you.
You're muted, Jerry.
My apologies, colleagues. I was saying that before I hand over to Mr. Mkwena to do the closing remarks, I just want to see if there's any burning question. I see there's a hand from Delon. Delon, you can just ask one last question before I hand over to Mr. Mkwena for concluding remarks. Over to you, Delon.
Thank you, sir. I just want to ask, and maybe a lot of members of industry share the same. Is there any way the department can put a reset on when we can start implementing EOP fees? Because a lot of us will have to literally pay out of our pockets to cover for the last 6 months. We want to implement it, but some of us can't afford the money that we owe at the moment. Is there a way we can get sort of like leniency in the first and second quarter?
Thanks, Delon, for that question. I'm not sure, Mr. Mkwena, if you want to assist with that response, and maybe in your response, if you can just also make your concluding remarks before we wrap up. Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Chair. Maybe few, starting with this one on the EPR fee. Those of the PROs who have received the letters of concurrence, the concurrence for the current financial year has been received starting from January to December, because the fee is for a financial year. So hence the indication in the letters of concurrence that the current proposals that are received for the period January 2022 to December 2022, not unless there is a revision, but going forward, we're looking at the same fees being applicable. And just responding to that question on the timeline for effectively starting with the EPR fee. So the current concurred fees that are concurred with with effect from 1 January 2022. A comment also in that we have indicated in the regulations the need for reporting, as well as the indication of the environment information regarding recyclability of the material, environmental labeling, use of applicable SAPS standards in the products that are put on the market. And these are things we're expecting that the reports will be touching on. To what extent have you basically responded to all the requirements in the regulations or the EPR regulations? But thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your availability and the time spent in this session. We believe that it assisted you in one way or another in ensuring that you are able to better understand the system and report accordingly. As I indicated earlier on, we're looking at similar engagements on regular basis to clarify certain things that you might be grappling with. Hence, let's keep in touch. If there's areas for clarity or questions, don't hesitate to send those to Mr. Jeremiah Bande. If it's policy information related, on your performance related issues or questions, Ms. Sharon Mutsi, you can send those to him. And any other matter, please do communicate with us. We'll see how to best assist in your EPR implementation. And well done so far. And we seem to be ready and looking forward to see how the first generation interim reports look like. And we confident that eventually we will be able to have final reports that will be the 12 months plus November, December of 2021. With that, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day. Let's be safe and let's keep in touch in case there is any other question you want to raise with us. The meeting has come to an end, and over to you, Chair.
Thanks, Mr. Mkwena, for the concluding remarks. And just to add from my side, I just want to thank everyone that participated in the discussion. Just quite a fruitful discussion. And again, just to indicate that the department is still open to further engagement on areas that need further clarity with regards to EPR implementation. Thank you so much, colleagues. And just to indicate that tomorrow we'll be having a session almost like this one, but that tomorrow's session will be with the paper and packaging sector. Thank you so much, colleagues, and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.